Hi.
Hello.
Uh, yeah, I'm John, and I'm from Africa. I'm
Okay.
Nigeria to be precise. Yeah, and it's nice to meet you.
Yeah,
You
nice
too.
to meet you too.
Yeah, thank you. So, you tell me your name, your country, and what you like doing.
Okay, so my name's Aaron, and I'm from India, Shillong, Meghalaya. No, no, no. My name is Samson. I'm also from Meghalaya, India, and I play drums, and we are members from Eternal Scorn.
Wow, wow. So, how many countries or how many states do we have in India? Let's start from there.
27 states, if we're not mistaken.
Wow,
We're not really sure.
27. Wow.
Yeah,
I-
not
Yeah,
sure.
not sure?
Yeah, I think because we've lost touch with our studies. We have lost touch with studies. No, no. But yeah, I can assure you, I think there's 27 states.
Is Prime Minister Modi creating more states in India?
Yeah, it's yeah Narendra Modi. He's the prime minister.
Yeah. Is it creating more states in India?
No, as of now, it's still the same. Still the same.
Okay. In like in Nigeria here we have 36 states, including the capital, which is
Mm.
Abuja. So I just wanted to know because I've heard of a lot of city in India, but I don't really know how many states. So it's nice to meet you. It's
It's
nice to
nice to
meet
meet
you,
you.
Samson, and I'm glad to be your host today.
Okay,
So
awesome, awesome.
yeah. So but before we continue, um, what kind of music do you do? Let's start from there.
So we play thrash metal. So
Okay.
um, yeah, it's thrash metal basically.
Okay. Thrash metal. So
Yeah.
tell us your thoughts on the evolution of thrash metal music.
So thrash metal came back from way back in the 80s when it was influenced by punk and the new wave of British heavy metal, which is called the new NWOBHM. So first influence, I think it must be like the first band must be Metallica. Then they started the first wave, I would say, and so bands like Megadeth, Slayer, Exodus, Anthrax, Testament, Overkill. So these were the second wave of the following from the big four. So these guys have been pretty much active till today, and I would say like it's one of the diverse genre of metal because it has a lot of elements over there. You got punk, you got the heavy metal stuff. It's all combined like a crossover.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. So we have to say that the thrash metal music evolution started from the 80s, right?
80s, yeah.
Okay. So what has been the major strength of the thrash metal music from the 80s till now?
I would say because of the intensity, the speed, the power, especially the like how you combine the music. Because it's not only the music and it's the attitude also. Because you got a lot
Okay.
of influence over there. Like it has so much to say, especially like if you talk the lyrical team. So you won't expect some pop lyrics or anything, which is like telling you about the beautiful things. You got to tell something about which is happening in the world, the ugly truth, we would say. Because we're living in a world which is full of malice, massacres, which nobody speaks about it, and it's just something which is the media that covers up everything. So we got to tell something about the ugly truth, though.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome. Music when I was in school, they said is the way of life.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
Yeah, so whatsoever you're trying to do, you actually say through music. Maybe you're trying to express your maybe your pain. You
Yeah,
express it through music. You want to express the culture, the beautiful culture of your country. You express it through music. You want to express anything, maybe whatever. You express it through music. So we can say music is the way of life. So we know that the thrash metal music has a significant role that it has played over the years. That is from the 80s to now. So what do you say the what do you say have populated the thrash metal music from the 80s till now?
well, I guess it's because some bands, I wouldn't say all, like, okay, Metallica got big, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, but some bands, like, from the second wave, like the Exodus, Dead Angel, Overkill, they've come out with, let's say, like, they stay true to their roots, whereas these other big bands, like Metallica and all, they went mainstream. But even till today, also, they still, like, play the thrash metal genre, even though they've
Okay,
influenced a bit of different genres into it. But yeah, I would say, like, being true to what they've started from the beginning.
beginning,
So even the
yeah.
fan base also, they're always there to support them. And like, one thing, like, even it's been 4 decades also, the fans are always there. So main thing, it's how you connect with the fans
Wow,
worldwide.
awesome. Yeah, I'm sure you know some certain aspect of music like the pop. You know the pop. You know the pop music.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, pop music, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You know, just like we regard Michael Jackson as the king of pop.
yeah.
You know how,
And
yeah, I know how it has flowed from when he started, even after his demise and now. You know
yeah,
that pop music has actually generated into a lot of not
some
just
people, yeah.
revenue, yeah, but it has a lot of influence in spreading a certain message even to the world generally. So let's if I may ask, I know they are high influential people in the thrash metal music that have actually made it so well. How do you intend to actually promote what they've done and make sure that that particular sound of music doesn't die?
Well, if we're talking about lyrics and all, yeah, it's kind of different from the other music genres. Thrash metal is more about
Okay.
being truthful. Uh, it does not hide. We tell the truth in thrash metal lyrics. Like, suppose now, if we're searching for something, we found the answer in thrash metal also. Suppose now, if there are some bands that will uplift you lyrically, the lyrics will uplift you. If you're feeling down, there's a band saving your life. It's like that.
Okay. I also wanted to add, what's the difference between the thrash metal music and heavy metal music?
So if it wasn't for heavy metal, thrash metal wouldn't have been born. So yeah,
Okay.
like, heavy metal was the first genre in the, let's say, like, the heavy stuff, the extreme stuff, like Black Sabbath started with the doom and all those heavy stuffs. Then from Black Sabbath you got bands like Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, Rush. Then came along, like, the, I would say, like first new wave of British heavy metal, which we've spoken before, like bands like Iron Maiden, Venom, Saxon, and there's this band called Motorhead. This band has influenced everything. You got punk, you got speed, you got heavy metal, and you have a bit of blues. So it combines everything, and these bands have influenced a lot. That Metallica during that time was searching for their own sound, and with these influence from the British heavy metal bands, they got a new sound which is called thrash metal, and it came all the way from America. So it was all the way
Oh,
from British that gave birth to this genre in America, Los Angeles, which is Metallica. And
oh,
Metallica
oh,
has so
oh,
many
oh.
bands.
Are you saying the thrash metal music comprises of numerous type of music?
Yeah,
Yes.
genres exactly. That's why it's thrash. No, it has a lot of elements from punk, heavy metal, so punk and
Hardcore and all.
hardcore, like the hardcore stuff also. So these
Okay,
bands
so
like
so
got all the
so so
influence.
we okay, so we have how many type of music that combines to make the thrash metal? Is it four or five? Because I'm
It
hearing blues, I'm
depends
Depends
hearing
on
hip
sometimes.
hop.
the bands. Yeah, it depends on the band's influence. Okay, like there's some bands which take influence from the punk, which is a bit speed, like Slayer. It has so much of
Okay,
intensity and speed. And you got
okay,
Metallica, Megadeth. These are like highly influenced by the new wave of British heavy metal, and they take the speed from punk, but
from
the melodic riffs, the guitar riffs, and all that, the speed, like the tempo, it's all from the new wave of British heavy metal.
wow. Let me give an assumption from that. You
Yeah,
know, just like Africa, we have what we call Afrobeat. Have you heard of that?
Afrobeats. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard of that. We've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you hear something like a double bass drum set. You hear
Yeah.
something like the bass guitar, the acoustic and the likes. I
Okay.
don't know. There's a kind of way it sound once they are making something related to the normal hip hop. The Afro has its own sound itself. Let me just try and mean this one from my mouth. You hear something like boom 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 boom, and then you have some kind of lyrical stuff under. So
Uh,
are you trying to say that the thrash metal music of India sound different from the thrash metal music of British?
yeah, it's quite different because we have our own style. Like you've mentioned, like everybody like get the influence, but they make their own sound, like their own music style. So
Okay,
yeah, like that's like some bands will take like some cover bands are there which they try to rip off from other bands from the big bands, but some are there which brings their own identity. So that's one thing. It's better to be unique in your own style instead of copying others in what they're doing. Especially like
yeah,
if you
that
mentioned Africa, like you have your own traditional music in which
yeah
we also like from Meghalaya, we want to do something which everybody can recognize the world that this is coming from this country and from this part of the world, so that people
yeah.
will know about it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that particular response because there's nothing that speak more about your music if it doesn't
Yeah,
have something related to where you're
yeah,
coming from or your
yeah,
your your generation. Yeah, so I think that's a very very good one. Not copying something that comes from the maybe the Western world, but
yeah.
having something that deals with or that can actually relate with the
You
community or environment you're actually saying. So we know that thrash metal lyrics are often coined from social issues, maybe poverty, crisis, flooding, and then some other things that can speak about the social vices that's going on, most especially around the environment one live. So what's an approach, or what's the approach that partially overlaps the hardcore gear? So what do you think is your take on it? Most especially the thrash metal lyrics as it deals with social issues. So what's your take
Uh,
on that?
well, when we if we talk about lyrics again, in thrash metal and hardcore, it's not really that different. In thrash metal, you can create or write a lyric that is based on social issues or something like to uplift someone. It talks about violence also that's being caused by uh, dictators and all, corruption. There are many things. It does not stick to one theme. In thrash metal, we shift the themes also of the songs. It's like hardcore. In hardcore also, the main bands you will hear them. Sometimes they will talk about uplifting people, strength, power, and sometimes they will talk about corruption. No, so it's the same. It's not really that far off from hardcore genre lyrically.
Okay, okay. I love that particular response, and I think most especially the sound or the kind of lyrics that comes out or you produce or you write actually speaks a lot about your environment. You see somebody writing something related to there's corruption in this place, there's corruption in governments, there's corruption in public service, there's corruption in in some other places, and then you're able to speak it out to people, and then people are able to raise their voice or be aware of this particular menace. Then they are able to know how to really trash it out, and I think that's a
Yeah.
very good one. Yeah, from your
And
music.
one more thing, like speaking about lyrical wise, it's not just about the seriousness. Like thrash metal also speaks about having fun in gigs. That's one thing. So that's the most important thing. Like we, no matter how much serious we are, we should let our frustration like go out in the heavy metal concert to have fun. So that's one thing.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, I love that. I love that. So let's move to the next question. It says the big four of trash
Yeah.
metal are players, Mad Dash,
Okay.
Metallica. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, we can
All
hear.
good, all good.
Okay, and Anthrax, which who essentially or simultaneously created and popularized by the genre in the early 1980s. So what's your thought on this band and how has this band been able to influence the thrash metal music?
So I would say because the all these big four, Metallica was the first band that started this movement. So Metallica, they were like once they released the first album, it has inspired a lot of these young bands back in the 80s that were starting out from a band. So they got this influence from this band called Metallica because it was quite different from all the I say the mainstream back in the 80s, which is about disco, about all the glam music, glam rock. So they wanted to be different from all these, let's say the thing which is happening in the 80s. They wanted to be something which is the misfit stuff. So these guys started out, then Megadeth started out, Slayer, and Anthrax. And from all these four bands, it's quite different because Metallica was, they have their own way of style, like speed and playing the rock and roll stuff, having all the influence like we've mentioned about the new wave of British heavy metal. Then Megadeth came along, which these guys were a bit jazzy. They have good technical movement by Dave Mustaine, the vocalist and the guitarist. And you got Slayer, which we spoke about. Like this band had so much intensity, like it has a punk influence, and the music compared with Megadeth, Metallica, it was quite different because these guys were very fast and intense, and it was all about the speed and shredding the guitar and double bass drumming non-stop. And you got Anthrax, which is a band which was influenced by these three bands, and it has a bit of different because this band was like full on having fun, having that punk, and losing it out. And these guys, one thing about Anthrax, it's not about just the seriousness of being that next big, like serious band. These guys were all about having fun, and those like we've mentioned before from the second wave like Exodus, Testament, Dead Angel, and all these bands got influenced by all these big four. So I would say these big four bands like from the
Really influence.
all the would say like the movement of thrash metal because till today Metallica got big, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax, and these guys have influenced so many bands that like it has been like so many genres like we've mentioned heavy metal came out thrash metal came out from heavy metal, and since thrash metal came out it has inspired so many bands that they have influenced a lot of genres like you got death metal, melodic death, power metal, progressive metal, black metal. So many bands came out with this influence because it has so much to do. So I would say like from all the metal genre, thrash metal is one of the what to say like it's kind of diverse from all you see the bands that have come out from the 80s. These guys have stayed true to their roots and they've brought so much to all the heavy metal fanatics till today.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm really impressed by this word you said, and it really shows that the thrash metal music has come and that it has actually come to stay because it will definitely be something that after a whole decade or a whole century we'll still be hearing about
Yeah.
the thrash metal music. So, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the mainstream success of thrash metal band?
I would say okay, like I think see Metallica is one of those big four who say has gone mainstream and they have become one of the biggest bands till today. Like it is one of the biggest bands of, compared to all the genres of heavy metal, metal, like anything. But some bands like from these big four, like Megadeth, stay true, becoming like the thrash metal bands like Slayer. Okay, Slayer retired, but they still remain true to their roots, like from the 80s and Anthrax. But still, these bands like they're coming out soon, latest release and all that from singles, albums, and all that. So yeah, but I would say the only thrash metal band that really hit mainstream is Metallica. But these other bands have remained true to their roots, like playing that speed, intensity, like real metal. But Metallica is one thing which became mainstream compared with the rest of the thrash metal genres. Because these guys, like they come out from that genre to do something different. But later on, this they just released a single from their upcoming album just a few weeks ago. I think 1 week, if I'm not mistaken. 1 week, 1 week, yeah. So it has that influence again from the early stuff from the 80s. So they started coming back to the roots, which is good to compare with the those latest albums before.
Wow, wow. So, I'm actually curious to ask that how many EPs do you have?
We have so far we haven't released because it's yet to release by let's say early by 2023, and we've released a lot of like 3 4 singles from the past years. So that's one thing.
Do you
This will
have
be our
one?
debut.
Yeah, do you have one with you there? Maybe a song?
Yeah, I think it's in the description. We just released a single just 1 month back. So it's
Wow.
in the description of the band. You can check it out from there, Eternal Scorn. It's in all
Okay.
social media platforms. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. I was actually liking you to maybe just play it at the background. Maybe I can just hear some sounds of what you've
Unfortunately,
done.
we don't have any
Like,
speakers. It's just a small room just to get the you. So
oh,
we'll try to
oh,
send a link,
okay.
but it'll be there. It's available in all our social media platform. You can check it out on
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's available.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, let's just move to the next question.
Okay.
How were the internal Scorn songs written?
Uh, well, it's based on experiences, not purely personal experiences, but what we experience as a band also. Um,
Okay.
it can some songs come out from reading a book or looking at the things in YouTube and all about the current scenario and all.
Which is happening in the world today. So that's how we
Okay.
come out and see like, okay, this is happening like this. Okay, I think we should write a song which is like we've mentioned before. Like we speak about the ugly truth which is happening in the world. We can't speak something fictional or anything.
Okay.
No? We have to speak something which is true. So that's one thing.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. So I would like to ask that apart from your thrash metal music, what other music do you enjoy?
I think
A lot
everything
of
which is pleasing to the ears,
yeah,
any genre.
any
We
type of genre.
don't
We don't only stick
discriminate any
to
genre.
metal
We
or
speak
anything.
like we listen to any which is pleasing to ears, be it pop, rock, or anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Disco. Yeah.
Yeah, you said anything. Have you listened to Afrobeats before?
Not really, but yeah, we've seen a lot in music videos and all that TV. I think I remember when we were like just when we were small, like Akon used to bring a lot of these Afro music beats and all that. There's some I
Okay.
forgot.
Okay. I wanted to mention some names. I don't know if you know them. Should I go ahead to mention their names?
Yeah, you can give it a try. We'll try.
Okay. Okay. Do you know Burna Boy?
Which
Have
one?
you heard of Have you heard of Burna Boy?
No, no, bro. We haven't
Okay,
heard about that. Under meal.
Lost connection. Yeah.
Me también, ¿no?
Ah. Keep young.
Por qué deja option? I'm serious in that. Full length covering. On live model.
Okay, let's continue from where he was about to continue. Like, I think there is some network issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his question was prior to by what was describing, woman in metal scene. Your take on the same.
We would say like everybody not like we've seen from the past years like that it's growing. Like we could see in our metal shows like girls used to come and listen to the band, supporting the bands, which is a good thing. I mean like there's no discrimination between sex and metal music.
Yeah.
That's one thing because metal music it's like
It's
one for all.
acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's for everyone.
it's for everyone. You know, it's about that's one thing.
All right. Have you had any experiences with metal counterparts or metal musicians who are women and like in your own region and like have learned something while attending concerts, or have you played on the same stage with
Yeah,
women in metal?
yeah, there are some like female vocalists also. They used to do this death metal, like growling and all that. So it's very empowering to see that, seeing women like coming and performing, playing guitar in the band, playing drums. Like many are there, especially in our region right now. From compare for the like past 10 years, like there weren't one, but now like there are many like coming, playing, forming a band. Like not only metal but other genres also.
Hmm. I think there is evolution happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Right in
slowly.
front of our eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, and plus, like now people are not really that narrow-minded like before. Now they're quite open-minded with what with the generation coming.
Great, great. And can we know what's bring next for your listeners?
So, like we've mentioned, we're gonna release our debut EP by 2023.
Yeah.
We haven't finalized the date now, but very soon. So we just released a single just last month from that upcoming EP. So that's one thing. And live shows we're playing as much as we can get. So that's one thing. And I think yeah, once the EP like it'll once we release the EP, I guess you know what's coming in store.
All right, all right. John, are you joining us back again? You can continue.
All right. Sorry. The
Yeah.
network kicked me out. So I was trying to ask that. Do you know Burna Boy?
No, no, we haven't heard that.
Okay. What of Davido?
Who?
Davido. Davido.
No.
Okay. What of Wizkid?
Who?
Wizkid. Okay. Okay.
No. I
Okay.
think this is the
Okay.
first time we're hearing it.
Yeah, these people are
Yeah.
actually prominent with Afrobeats, and we have people like the Fela Kuti, um, Seun Kuti, and the likes. So they are very prominent with Afrobeats, and they are great legend in that particular
Yeah.
time or that particular
Language.
that particular music.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
So
Something which
yeah,
we learned today. We'll have to listen.
Yeah, you can listen to them. They are very good guys.
Yeah,
Davido Burna Boy.
awesome.
I think yeah, he released one of the very popular songs that is even trending in the US Apple chart last. It's a good song. You can just listen to it. It can add to your. It talks about the society generally. He spoke
Okay,
about the
okay.
society, and then yeah, he did a lot of things there. So you can it's a great listen. You can actually just try it out. So
Sure, sure.
yeah, I would like to ask apart from music, how do you relax?
By hanging out with friends, going for a trip,
Yeah,
something like that.
You watch movie?
yeah, movie. But
Do you watch Indian movie?
yeah, we watch.
Okay. Do you
Okay,
know Pranka
the
Chopra?
classic Hollywood movie stuff, though, not the modern stuff. We like the old
Oh,
stuff.
oh, you love Pranka Chopra?
Which one?
Pranka Chopra.
Yeah, Priyanka Chopra. Yeah, yeah, she's a good actress.
Yeah.
She's
Um.
like diverse. She acts in Bollywood and Hollywood.
Yes,
And
she was acting Bollywood and Hollywood.
Hollywood
I want to remember some other names. Oh, I've forgotten. It's been a while I watched Indian movie,
did
but
movies.
yeah, I love Indian movie. My favorite Indian movie was Half Girlfriend. My
Have your
favorite
friend.
Indian.
I think it's quite new. It's not that old.
Yeah, no, it's a long time they did that movie, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. No, four
Oh,
years ago.
oh no, it's still new though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still new, it's still fresh whenever I watch it, whenever I
Still
sit down
fresh.
to
Yeah.
watch it. Yeah, it's very, very nice. Do you watch football too?
Yeah, we watch.
You watch football?
Yeah, we watch. We watch.
Wow. What do you follow the World Cup?
Yeah, we watch the World Cup also.
So who are you supporting? Argentina? Brazil?
I guess Argentina, Morocco, then but our favorite team got kicked out, Japan.
Wow. Wow.
the ship
Morocco.
team got kicked out though, but they did
Wow.
their best.
Yeah, Morocco is an African
Yeah,
country, so
yeah,
we
South Africa.
Africans are
Yeah,
actually, yeah, we Africans are actually supporting them and praying
yeah,
for them that yeah they actually take up the World Cup. But for
yeah.
me,
Let's hope for the best. Yeah,
yeah, but for me, left to me, I would love Morocco to win, but
okay.
I love Messi, I love Lionel Messi, so you know,
Yeah.
uh, I want to support Argentina, but then
Mhm.
whosoever wins, at least it should be between the two of them. So everything is fine. So let's go to the next question.
Okay, cool, cool.
Um, yeah, and it says, okay, what's your thoughts on the experience to date from recording your first album?
Well,
How
I would
has the
say like
experience
it's
been?
We haven't released
we haven't
any
released
album.
any album or EP, but yet to be released by we've mentioned like early of 2023. So
Okay,
we'll just say like how we experience like how the recording session goes on. Like, it's quite tough
yeah,
for us because time is one thing. So and a lot of expenditures are there, like recording in the studio, and it takes a lot of your time and practice and so much. And it's not easy. Like for some people, they say, "Oh, going to the studio, it's quite easy. You just go and record." No, it's not like that. It's very tough. You know. Then okay, playing live gigs, it's quite easy. Because why? Even though if you miss a beat, also nobody knows. But in the studio, you have to be precise. Like one
yeah,
note, you have to be exact. Like if you strum the guitar or hit the drum skins or anything, but something like you have to be like like exact.
yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing which is tough, and we learn a lot from studios, like going to the studio and all that. Like like where we learn our mistakes, I would say. So
That that that's good. That's a good one. Studio sessions are always
yeah,
nice. You learn and relearn. You try as much as possible to see where you're faulting, and then you know where to adjust, and then for future purpose, you know how to move ahead. All right. I would like to ask the next question. Um, and it says, "Destruction and metal scene. Your take on the same."
Yeah, talking about disruption and metal scene. See, because metal it's not widely
Mainstream.
mainstream or
Like
widely acceptable by everyone.
it's only for a few and the proud.
Yeah. So
Okay.
support also is not quite strong.
It's minimal
Some, especially here in Meghalaya, we
in our
do it
state.
by ourselves.
It's like DIY stuff, like do it yourself. So most of the organizers also, it's like if you organize a heavy metal show, like you have to lose it from your pocket. It's not like you get sponsors from big agencies or anything. It's like do it by yourself. And so one thing about these organizers also, it's like a do or die. So
Yeah.
we do it for the love of it. It's not like making money out of it. It's just for the love of the music.
Wow. If not because you said that for the love of the music, I was about asking that. What are the two things that people do for them to go into music? Some of them do it because of the money. Some of them do it because of the fame. Some of them do it because of the number of recognitions they will get. But you know, a lot of people, just few or minimal number of persons go into music because of the love they actually see into it. But then I would say you've from what you said, you've done a whole lot, and I'm trusting that you put in more effort for us to have good music of the trash metal music from you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So before I actually close this section, let me finally ask. So have you been to Africa?
No,
No, man.
we've not crossed internationally anywhere. Just our own nearest states of India.
Of India. So it's important for you to also mix, you know, when you also show us or you spread the love or you promote your music
Yeah,
if in the African soil, it has a way of expanding and blowing up you up for global recognition. Like Priyanka Chopra she has been to Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Uh, uh yeah, she has been to Nigeria. What else? There are some other Indian Bollywood actress and actors that have been to Nigeria, and even the prime minister has also
Yeah.
been.
Yeah,
I think yeah, the prime minister has been to Africa before, so it has a way of promoting. I know Indian people are lovely people, you know, from their culture, from their way of life, their eating, their dressing, their fishing, you know, the way they welcome visitors, most especially foreigners, is always a good one. So we love also you to come to Africa and
yeah.
then
And we hope
experience.
for you as well to visit India.
Yes, I'm willing to
Yeah,
come to India. I'm
awesome,
willing to
awesome.
come to India. Yeah, I'm willing to come to India. Hopefully, maybe by next year, I'll try as much as possible to process my
Awesome.
passport. Yeah,
Okay, awesome.
I'm willing to come to, yeah, willing to come to India. Just spend at least some time. Know some
Yeah,
people. At least, if not because of Abhijita, I should come because of you. You know, enjoy some cool music and then
Yeah.
have fun. Yeah, and come back to my
yeah,
country. So,
awesome, bro. Awesome, awesome.
yeah, yeah. So, I believe you'll be performing at the festival coming up.
Yeah, we're performing. Just
All
a matter of
right.
fact.
Yeah, yeah. So I'd love to hear from you. Hopefully I'll be able to stream live and then see
Yeah,
how you perform, cheer you up
we'll
from
give
this
our best.
particular corner. Yeah,
Awesome,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. So thank you very much for
Thank you to you
coming
too,
on
sir.
this podcast. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
Okay, take
thank
care.
you. Really
Thank you for
appreciate
being
it.
such a lovely audience, lovely host, and lovely guest. Thank you for giving
Thank
your
you.
time. We are always grateful. Uh,
Yeah,
as John requested you to travel to Africa for your metal music concerts in future, John,
Yeah,
please contact them and
sure.
arrange a music concert for our musicians there. and we would love to have you here in India. If you visit India, please attend Eternal Scorn's Metal Fest and Metal Music concerts. We'll always remember you, and
No
hope we
problem.
Yeah.
continue our journey. And all the
No
best
problem.
for your Tezpur Extreme Hours Metal
Thank you.
Music Fest
Yeah.
at
Thank you,
18
man.
December 2022 at
Yeah,
Tezpur.
yeah. You can
Let's
actually
get started.
Abby, Abby, you can actually
Yeah.
send them my WhatsApp number so we can actually continue the conversation from there. It's fine.
All right, all right. We'll obviously contact and get the things moving forward. We'll always
All right.
appreciate your efforts, your music, and your thoughts that you shared on our podcast today. Your thoughts matters because our series is based upon your mind. Let your mind blossom series, where we open our hearts and mind to discuss whatever we are pursuing in life, in our lifestyle. Hope we gained something from the discussion, from the conversation,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it'll lovely to see you at the metal concert happening on 18th December 2022 at Teachpur. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And
We'll
namaste.
take your leave for today.
Okay. Thank you.